What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Trash Humpers. So I have the DVD right here. I picked this up a couple years ago. I feel like I got it on like Walmart.com or something like that. I feel like at the time I bought this, it was pretty widely available. I don't know if it is anymore, but I feel like I picked this up for like $12 or $15, something relatively inexpensive. But I feel like to watch this movie, you kind of have to pick it up on DVD because I mean, do you really think Trash Humpers is gonna come to streaming? Come on, man, no way. But anyways, um, this movie, um, it's not really a movie, and just to give you all my overall opinion, I I don't really like it, but I think it's interesting. It's not really an enjoyable watch. I mean, there's really no story. There's not a lot of dialogue. There's not a lot going on. So the thing for me is I enjoy some aspects, but I mean, this thing is like an hour and 20 minutes. Like I don't know. Like if it was like 10 minutes, like the first 10 minutes I enjoy. Like it's just like wacky, and you see these old people, they're just piping away on some trash cans. They got like their pipe games going crazy. They're just like, you know, they're getting rhythmic with it. They're just getting sensual. They're just humping some trash cans, humping some fences. You know, they're getting intimate with this with these inanimate objects. So I mean, I was like, yes, let's go. This is hilarious. This is so dumb. This is so silly. This is right up my alley. I love it. But then it's like an hour in, I'm like, what the heck am I doing with my life? Why am I watching this? Why the heck do I own this on DVD? You know, like I don't know. Who owns this? I'm the only person who owns this on DVD. Does anyone own this on DVD? There's a cool booklet in here though that has some interesting stuff. So I'll probably crack that open later. But yeah, there's some stuff that I like about this movie, but overall it's an interesting experience, but it's not really enjoyable. There's just not enough going on, and even for a Harmony Korine movie, it's pretty darn weird. I think that was my stomach. I don't know if you all heard that, but sorry about that. Very unprofessional. But anyways, I used to talk about this movie all the time because I just thought it was the craziest thing, and I think like maybe I was just like an edgelord or something, but I would just bring this up to anyone. I'm like, man, do you know about this movie Trash Humpers? It's all these it's these people in these old man masks, and they just hump trash and they kill people, and it's crazy, man. It's shot on VHS. Like I think I was trying to like be like unique or interesting, and like maybe I didn't have a personality or something, but I would just bring this movie up on some edgelord shit. Like I would just like talk to my dentist about this, and and like he's like, hey, you know, what's new? What's going on? Like how's life? I'm like, you know, man, I've been watching movies. You ever seen Trash Humpers? Like I legit was like talking to my dentist about this movie a couple years ago, and he thought I was a freak. He thought I was just being weird and I made it up. But I'm like, I had to say like 5 times, I'm like, it's a real movie. And then I would always talk to my family about it. Like I always talk to my family about weird movies that I like. Like I'll like show my family like the ending of Sleepaway Camp, and they're like, you're a freak. They're like, why is this one of your favorite movies? They're like, what's wrong with you, man? They're like, get a grip. But anyways, I was just at Arby's with my brother the other day, and you know, they were like busy or something, so it was like taking a minute to get the food, and we were just in the lobby, and I was just small talking. I was like, yeah, bro, you know, you hear about that new movie coming out, Aggro Drift? It's Harmony Korine, and he's like, because I used to always talk about this movie back in the day, so he's like, he's like, is that the old man mask guy? Because I used to always talk about this movie with my brother, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it's the old man mask guy. He's like, heck yeah. He's like, that's the movie with Travis Scott in it, right? Aggro Drift. I'm like, yes, sir. So I think the people in Arby's thought that we were freaks, but they hooked us up with like some free curly fries. So shouts out to the people at Arby's, the good people at Arby's, holding it down, hooking us up with the free curly fries. I mean, they're the MVP for that. All right, let's get into a plot summary. A plot summary for Trash Humpers. What are you, crazy? Yeah, there's really no plot, but just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna do a plot summary. You know, I'm straight trolling in this video. So you got this collective, you got this gang of old crusters, and you know, when you're an older gentleman or an older woman, you know, you've seen everything, you've done everything. You don't care anymore. You know, like I remember back in the day, like old geezers, I'd be like at the swimming pool, and they'd be in the locker room. They just have it all hanging out. Like they just didn't care. They'd be like rocking a Speedo, you know, with like all their, you know, wrinkly skin hanging all about, like just acting like it wasn't, you know, like it wasn't no thing, you know. So like old people, they just don't give a heck, man. They're just crazy with it, which I respect. Like I hope when I'm old, I'm just like on some, like I don't give a fuck type shit. So yeah, this gang of older individuals, they don't care, man. They're living alternative lifestyles. You know, they're humping trash on the reg. They're breaking things. They don't have jobs. They don't do anything. They just wander the streets, and they just cause trouble in the neighborhood. So they meet a bunch of wacky characters, and later in the movie they just start like killing people. So you know, I don't know how to make sense of this movie, but that's the plot summary there. Yeah, I kind of talked about, yeah, like in the first 10 minutes, but as a 120-minute thing, it's a little too long to get into. I already talked about that. I'm just talking out loud. I'm going over my notes. So, you know, this movie shot on VHS. I thought the VHS, like shooting it on VHS, looked really cool because VHS home video cameras, it's almost like, you know how like movies, they're color graded and they have like a certain like hue. Like some movies that kind of have like a yellow look, like Ken Park kind of has like a yellow orangish hue, like the way it was color graded. Like the VHS home video cameras, they almost distort the colors. So like a green or like a pink, it'll almost look neon, and they're like filming all these like street lights and stuff, and I don't know, the VHS look was really cool, and it kind of added to the feel of this movie, because this movie, it's supposed to be like an artifact. It's supposed to be like some crazy home video that you found in a ditch, or that, you know, you found in like floating in a river in like a Ziploc bag. So, you know, the fact that it was on VHS looks cool, but it also makes sense for the movie because it's supposed to be like some artifact, some tape that was just discovered. And something that's also cool is, you know, since it is supposed to be a home videotape, you have a cameraman. So, you know, it's just shot by one of the people in the gang of elderly people, and the guy who's the cameraman is actually played by Harmony Korine. And once in a while they'll like switch who's using the camera, and Harmony Korine will be on screen, and he has some of the best like moments in the movie. So yeah, I like the whole you know, home video artifact element. I like how, you know, you actually have a cameraman filming everything, and the fact that Harmony Korine gets some screen time, gets some dialogue. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I think it's a very unique premise, very unique execution, super cool. Yeah, I'm glad this movie exists. Like it's just one of those like WTF, like why does this exist? I mean, how did Harmony Korine think of this? But I don't know. I love, straightforward mainstream big blockbusters, but I like I don't know. I just love the fact that weird movies like this are out there and people like someone made this, someone had this idea. It's just intriguing to me. Like it's just like how the heck did he come up with this? Like they just like how was this filmed? Like they just went out and they just like it's not like they got permits. This was just like, let's just go out and film some crazy video artifacts. So that's really cool. Um, I gotta give a shout out to the rapper Cemetery. I'm a fan of his. Uh, he has a song called Truey Jeans, and towards the end of the song, he kind of like samples some dialogue from this movie. There's like this instance where the gang of old people, they're driving around. They're like, all these people, they wake up, they go to church, they go to work, blah blah blah. He's like, I don't know why people choose to live that way or whatever. They're just, I don't know, talking nonsense, whatever. Because they live like some alternative lifestyle. So they're like, how do people just, like we live like free. We choose to live like free people. So, yeah, Cemetery puts that at the end of his song, Truey Jeans. I mean that song Truey Jeans slaps. That's like one of my favorite Cemetery songs. So that song straight slaps. And then like when I first heard it, and then I heard the little, the little sample from this movie at the end. I'm like, man, I like this guy. This guy rocks. He's a Harmony Korine fan. He makes, pretty good music. That's my man. So shouts out to Cemetery. Just thought I would mention that. It's a good song, and you got the Trash Humpers sample going on. I'm just gonna go into some highlights here, some little moments that I like. So there's not a lot of dialogue. I don't think they really wrote a script. Maybe they did, but I feel like most of this movie is just improv. But there's this one instance where Harmony Korine's character, he's like, make it, don't fake it. Make it, don't fake it. And I don't know why, but I like that. It's catchy. It's just fun. Like I'll just catch myself saying that once in a while. Like before I was recording this, I was just saying that. They randomly kill this guy, and once again, Harmony Korine's character, he's saying some funny stuff. He's like, "Man, I think you kilted that guy. Why'd you guys? You kilted him. Why'd you guys? You kilted him?" And I'll catch myself saying that too. Like if I'm saying like as a joke, like, "Man, like man, you kilted that guy" or something. I don't know. I like that. Harmony Korine's character, his laugh. He had this weird, creepy, diabolical laugh. I remember I was like watching interviews, and they would like people would have him do the laugh in the interview. So I really dug his laugh in this movie. And then I mean a big highlight is just whenever they're humping the trash. It's just so stupid. It's so silly. It's funny though. It's just random. Like this movie is the most random movie. Like if people, you could say other movies are random. This is the most random movie ever. It makes zero sense. You just got old people humping trash. There's no story. There's no dialogue. It's not even really a movie. But I mean, when they're humping the trash, that's what I came here for. That's what I bought the DVD for. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my highlights. And then something that I wanted to mention is when I was watching this, I'm like, you know what? Even though this isn't the most enjoyable movie to watch, because like I said, there's really no story, there's not a lot going on. For it to be like a feature-length thing is kind of a stretch in my opinion, but to actually like make this, to film it, I feel like would have been a lot of fun, because they're just going around, they're breaking stuff, they're acting a fool, having fun, just there's like no rules. If you're doing a $1 million studio film. You got people breathing down your neck. You got to do stuff a certain way. Like this, they just grabbed the camera and they just filmed a bunch of goofy stuff. Like it must have been a blast to film. Like that's the thing. That's what they always say. Like, you know, a lot of the movies that are the most fun to make are not enjoyable to watch. Like a lot of bad movies, people have a good time filming, and then people, like when you are like the most stressed during the production and when you're, you know, working the hardest, then you have like the best product. But when it's like kind of a loose, fun atmosphere, even though the movie's bad, like you had fun making it. So I feel like that is definitely the case for this. It seems like they had so much fun making it. And now that I went over everything in my notes, I'm just gonna show you all. I'll show you the DVD real quick, and then there's this like booklet. There's like a couple things that I want to read from it, because I feel like I haven't been talking for too long. Hopefully, my camera doesn't have a timer, which is a big problem. I think this is like the style of this DVD is actually really cool and creative, and like I said, I feel like I picked this up like on like Walmart.com or something. I feel like this is like, for being an obscure movie, relatively obscure movie, I feel like this is like the DVD is pretty widely available. I don't know. You could probably like get it illegally online. I try not to do all that like pirate movies. I don't know. I'm not really into that. I mean, once in a while, like I'll watch I watched Kids on YouTube, the full-length movie. You got this too. Little old cruster back there. But yeah, I usually try to just like either catch stuff on streaming or just buy it, you know. I'm like too stupid. I don't even know how to pirate stuff. Yeah, so there's this funny excerpt in the booklet. Oh yeah, here's the booklet. I think I just showed it, but just in case I didn't. And you got some photos. I don't want to show anything crazy because I think in some of the photos there is some nudity, so gotta check myself before I wreck myself here. I'm not trying to get demonetized. Like, no, I'm not even monetized. But anyways, I'm gonna read the director's statement in here. It's right here. About to read that for you all. So this is Harmony Korine's director's statement. I remember when I was a child, there was a small group of elderly people who would hang out in the back alleys and under bridges of my house. They always seemed to be getting drunk and dancing. One night I looked out my bedroom window and saw a group of them humping trash cans and laughing. It sounded like they were speaking a strange invented language. This is a movie about them. So I thought that was really fun. I had to read that for the video, so you know, that's the like I guess I got my answer. I was wondering during the movie, like, how the heck did he get this idea? How does he think of this stuff? There's the answer. And then there's a synopsis. I already went through a detailed plot summary of this groundbreaking achievement in storytelling, but I'll read the synopsis as well. And then you got the synopsis there, and you got a nice photo of the old geezers. Alright, so here is the synopsis. A film unearthed from the buried landscape of the American nightmare, Trash Humpers follows a small group of elderly peeping toms through the shadows and margins of an unfamiliar world. Crudely documented by the participants themselves, we follow the debased and shocking actions of a group of two sociopaths, the likes of which have never been seen before. Inhabiting a world of broken dreams and beyond the limits of this is written weird. It's I know I'm butchering it, but it's like some of the words don't even have spaces between them, and I think it's like some stylistic thing. So okay, inhabiting a world of broke dreams and beyond the limits of morality, they crash against a torn and frayed America, bordering on an ode to vandalism. It is a new type of horror, palpable and raw. So there you go. I mean, I think my plot plot synopsis was a little more detailed and in depth. You know, I really hit all the marks, but that one was okay too. You know, I'll give it a shout out. Yeah, you definitely got some nudity in there with those dancers from that one scene. But anyways, I just thought I would show you all the DVD, flex on my rare DVDs. Like, no, it's not even that rare, but yeah, just had to flex on you all real quick. But anyways, went through all my notes, showed you all the little booklet. That was a little fun bonus right there. So I'm gonna wrap things up here in a sec. In terms of a recommendation, even though I don't really enjoy this movie, I think if you are a fan of Harmony Korine, it's at least worth checking out once. I mean, depending on how much the DVD costs. If the DVD is like $20, I would say skip it, because it's, like I said, it's not really an enjoyable movie. Just watch couple clips on YouTube, that's fine. But if you could get this thing cheap for like 10 or 15 bucks, I would pick it up, because the thing about this movie is, even though I said this earlier, even though it's not like good or enjoyable, it is interesting, and it's just, I feel like there's not another movie like it. So it's one of those movies, it's definitely cool to watch once just for the experience. And if you are a Harmony Korine fan, he really doesn't have that many movies, so I mean, I would recommend just checking out all of his movies, because for the most part, even though I don't love all of his movies, I do, you know, like certain aspects of all of his movies. So yeah, with that being said, I would recommend this, and I'm going to wrap things up here like I said. So thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.